Welcome to StratoLens. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Orphaned Resources detection system. This system will automatically scan your environment and find resources that are not currently in use in some way or another. Some of these resources might be costing you money, while others don't. Let's take a few examples. First, we have a network security group here. This network security group doesn't seem to be attached to any subnets or NIC cards. As a result, it's been identified as an orphaned resource. This might be a legacy system or something that a user deployed and forgot about, but since it's not connected to anything, it's not doing anything. While network security groups don't cost any money in Azure, it's still not a good idea to leave them laying around if you don't need them. Another example is this NIC card. This NIC card doesn't seem like it's attached to anything. However, we'll note that 16 days ago, on December 8th, this was attached to a VM named demo test VM3. In addition, there's a public IP address that has a similar name. Let's take a look. While this public IP address is attached to that same NIC card above, we've detected that that NIC card is not attached to anything, so therefore this public IP address is indirectly orphaned, meaning it's attached to something which is attached to nothing. Public IP addresses do cost us money, and as you can see over the last 30 days, it's cost us about $2. This is a current cost estimate based on your environment, so this number would grow over time since it's only been orphaned for about 2 weeks. I wonder what happened with this NIC card. Let's go ahead and take a look. If we jump into the NIC demo system here and view in Explorer, we can take a look at the NIC card itself. Let's show the history as we've seen in previous videos. It looks like the NIC card was originally created back on December 8th at 12:48 p.m. And then a little bit later, it changed. Let's view this change. The scanner system detected the following changes between 12:48 p.m. and 12:59 p.m. when the scanner ran again. VM Demo 3 was completely deleted. And as a result, the disk and NIC card were both updated. They no longer have an attached virtual machine. It used to be attached to one, but no longer is. Same for the disk. Went from attached to unattached. If we jump back to our Orphaned Resources system, we can see this disk is also listed as having previously been attached to VM Demo Test 3. Obviously, there's some instances where leaving an unattached managed disk may be useful, so we can hide this notification by clicking the Hide button. Optionally, you can put in a reason and hide recommendation. Now, that recommendation is gone. And you'll note there's a little badge on the top right indicating one hidden recommendation, which you can show if you wish. StratoLens has a built-in audit log, and we can see when this was done and who did it. The orphaned resource detection goes beyond just unattached resources. It can also find resources that are not currently in use. Let's take a look. Here's an Azure Bastion. We'll notice that there have been 0 sessions in the last 30 days. As a result, this Azure Bastion is showing up as an orphaned resource. It's only been around for a little while, and it's already costing us $41 a month. This is likely a good cost savings opportunity for us. We can modify the metrics time frame to change how far back to look. Let's take a look at another example. If we go back 7 days, we'll see no changes. However, if we go back 1 day, we'll notice there's an Azure Bastion here. This has been idle for 5 days, meaning 5 days ago there were connections. In the default 30-day view, we're not seeing it. After a couple more days, it'll probably show up in the 7-day view. StratoLens imports performance metrics data to do these calculations. If we took a look at the Azure Bastion, we'll see there's a very small blip of usage back on the 19th. This thing's barely used, so maybe it should be considered for deletion. There are many types of orphaned resources that are detectable at this time, and more are planned for the future. At this time, it includes idle VPN gateways, stopped VMs that are not deallocated, disconnected private endpoints, and a handful of other options that we've seen. And of course, you can always unhide hidden resources as well. This has been a demonstration of the Orphaned Resources detection system in StratoLens. StratoLens is currently in beta, and if you're interested in checking it out and helping us test, please join our Discord. Visit www.strato-lens.com for more information. Thanks for watching.